Still connected though. Yeah. My African connection. Let's go. Let's say.
Hit my girl in Ghana, told her better bring the llamas. She got me from the airport wearing nothing but pajamas. When we did Nigeria, we spent nothing but commas. Shorty hella royal, think she get it from my mama. When we got to Egypt, told her, baby, I don't need you. Since you ain't black and you forgot about your people. She gave up the booty and did your booty, no fruity. Then we hit slave caves in Lyon, cause of Hootie. Extend from the Atlantic all the way to say Altuni.
I do confer on Pastor Corey Brooks the title King of the African Diaspora II. Please give it up for him.
First of all, I want to say thank you for such an esteemed honor and privilege. I've received a lot of awards and accolades for various things, but this is the greatest of any award that I could have ever received. To be recognized by your own people and to be recognized in your lineage is an honor. So thank you all, and thank you for this esteemed privilege.
Danny Davis. I do confer on him the title King of the African Diaspora II. Please give it up, please.
Your Honor, thank you so very much. And let me welcome all of you to the community where I live. I live about 3 blocks from here. And I'm delighted that you decided to have this event at the Karen Center, which was restored by the Catalyst Schools, by the Circle Urban Ministries, and by the Rock of Our Salvation Church. We thought this would never ever happen, but it is magnificent, and it's in a place that our community cherishes. I also want to thank you for this recognition of the work that I do. It has been my good pleasure to travel to Africa more than 20 times. As a matter of fact, Dr. Carol Adams and I first went to Africa on my part in 1975 when we spent a month in Nairobi, Kenya. My dear friend, Prince Asiel Ben Israel, and I traveled to Africa at least 15 times together in some countries. There's a woman in the audience, Mary Scopes. Mary and I went to Nigeria and spent time with the recently elected president of Nigeria, who was just sworn in a couple weeks ago. I also have been a tremendous sponsor of the Agora Act, that is the African Growth and Opportunity Act, which relates to trade. I know on my mother's side that my heritage goes to the Cameroons. On my father's side, I know that my heritage goes to Kenya, and wherever else may we have stopped at some point in time, I don't know. But thank you so much for the honor. And I'll say this, there are some people who think that this might be some kind of kooky exercise. And it just reminds me that a little knowledge, as my father used to tell us, is a dangerous thing. But you have to drink deep, because shallow drinking intoxicates the brain. Africa is at the center of the thought of many international countries every time my committee meets in Congress, which is the Ways and Means Committee that talks about trade, we always talk about the issue of the investments that China is making in Africa, and that the United States better try to catch up. So thank you all for this wonderful experience.
I do confer on Mrs. Valerie Daniels Carter as the Queen of the African Diaspora, the first. Thank you.
Thank you, and to Your Excellency and those members of your cabinet that travel with you, to our congressmen, my fellow honorees, and to the founder and board that makes this evening possible. I'm honored and grateful to stand before you, a strong Black woman. Who's not afraid to represent the excellence of the power of God and the strength that He's given us to be able to matriculate to our next place and to our next assignment. I'm so grateful tonight to have my two brothers, Bishop Daniels and Attorney John Daniels, with me. The best looking man in the whole wide world, my son, Jeffrey Allen Carter II. Two of my nieces and some of my extended family, those that work with me, and our colleagues at AAA, and to all of you, what can I say? If you would have asked me 30 years ago, when the White House asked me to go to Africa and see what we could do to make it better, I didn't go there just as a delegate from the White House. I went there as a woman seeking out answers. And when I came back, I hooked up with colleagues and friends, some who are here today, Annette Queenie Lennox, Judge Paula Ellis, Mary Smith. And I said, we need to do something bigger and better. Over the last 5 years, we've put 2,700 women in business in Africa. And we are not finished yet. We have a mission, we have a goal, and we have a purpose. And I won't come off this wall until I'm finished.
Thank you, Dr. Carolina, and by virtue of my authority, confer on you the title of Queen of the African Diaspora II.
To Congressman, to the wonderful delegation that is here, and all of my friends and extended family, this is an honor indeed, an unprecedented honor, and it's full circle for me, because my first trip ever to Africa was 1972 to Ghana, where I spent 5 weeks at the University at Legon, and found out that I was a Fulani woman. They told me that, and guess what? When I had my DNA done, I found out it was true. But they told me just looking at me. They knew who I was and where I was. One of the things that I knew was that I was at home. And I started something called the Pan-African Collective. And from that time, I've been devoted to knowing who I was, to reclaiming my rightful place. I said I could go to 1,000 places on the continent of Africa and not find any avenues. Give me back my real name. Give me back my real identity. Let me know who I am. Let's reclaim, let's reconnect. The one thing the government of this country wanted to do the most was keep us disconnected. Because they understood if we knew who we were, if we knew our power, as the first people on this earth, as the first people who established university, and culture. Everything good that exists comes from Africa, and so do we. Thank you. Asante sana.
The Africans and people of African descent everywhere from now on will walk with the responsibility in the style of African royalty, and that will shine in all that we do, because we are always guided by the ancestors and the higher being. So may God be with you all. Thank you.
Gave up the booty and did your booty no fruity. Then we hit slave caves and we own cause of hoopies. Staying from the Atlantic all the way to St. Antonio. I leave with principles, so I ain't even trying to do it. Then we hit Botswana, man, it's something like a sauna. I ain't really like the booty, but we did it cause we won. Then we hit the Congo and the forest on the ground. Then we hit Morocco, that's they extradition.
Hello. I want to thank you for this honor and privilege of being up here and being awarded. I hope to one day come to Ghana and inspire other kids to get into roller skating and be the one who could change the sport like Tiger Woods did in golf and Serena Williams did in tennis. So I thank you all for your support. I thank my parents and everyone who supported me in my journey. Thank you.
Thank you. I wasn't supposed to make it this far.
Come on now.
I ain't supposed to be on this stage. Ain't nobody supposed to know me. But they do. Because that's what God decided.
That's right.
Because of my heart, because of my dedication, because of my team, because of my support system. Because of how I feel. I never could have imagined to be on a stage like this.
Amen. Yeah.
But it's inspiring to me. And I get to share this with the world like there is nothing that you cannot do. Because God will put you in doors that people with money can't get in.
Say that.
Just keep believing in yourself.
Go ahead.
Just keep remembering to put God first. And whenever they tell you can't do it, make sure you do just that. Because nobody can understand your vision until you bring it to life. So keep bringing your visions to life.
Roger that, young lady.
Thank you, King. And I don't even know the proper term, but thank the whole team. Thank my whole team. Shout out to y'all. I love y'all so much. I appreciate y'all being here. And I'm grateful for this opportunity to be able to embrace this while I'm alive. These are real flowers, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Nyoka Farmer. And I want to thank everyone today for honoring me and let me know that God has not forgotten about me.
Yes.
Only thing I can say is love still wins.
Yeah.
Prayer still works.
Yeah.
And God is still your agent.
I'm more than honored this evening, to be acknowledged and affirmed by a chief from Africa. That does something to my soul, that I just tonight been affirmed to the African diaspora. And I want to thank you. I remember laying on the top bunk of Stateville Maximum Security Penitentiary, and something moved me to say a prayer. And it was during those times I wasn't a guy that prayed. But something moved me to just say a prayer. I didn't know what I was going to pray, but when I got on my knees, the prayer was, God, let me out of this prison before my mother died. Because I seen so many brothers lose their mothers and never got a chance to say goodbye. And God answered that prayer. And I came out of prison, and I rose from being recognized as a gang leader, serving 3 years on death row, faced with 15 counts of murder, 2 attempt murder, and mob action. And today I just believe God allowed me and saved me through all those brothers that's no longer here. May they rest in peace. That I can be that messenger,
That's right.
his messenger, and let a lot of these young brothers know today that is a way out. That, some of them see me on Gangland, see me highlighted on American Gangster, And I said, that ain't the true story. Because when you look at those programs, it just tells how I survived death row. I was a gang leader. But it don't mention that I rose to become a professor at a university. It doesn't mention that I'm a husband, that I'm a grandfather. And I just want to shout out to my wife, who gave me what I needed to reach down inside and become the man that I'm supposed to be. And the strength I draw from my 10-year-old grandson is sitting there. Because he's the last male of this generation. He got to carry this name. And he got to know his heritage. He got to know that he comes from a line of great men and great people. So I just want to say thank you for this night, affirming that I am strong.
And somebody.
Right? That I live by the 3 P's of manhood. A man is a producer, a provider, and a protector.
Yeah.
And this is something I believe God said me to teach this to these young brothers. That you got to be a protector, a provider, and a producer.
Amen, amen.
Everybody
In South Sudan, via via la. I whip my car, Cote d'Ivoire. I watch my dream work in Madagascar. Somebody gotta mention the hells of Gambia. Libya, Michael Jackson's Liberia. Girl, yeah, trip, you something I'm feeling, yeah.
A lot of work, a lot of money. I'm selling perico. To get my whole family hell about the ghetto. Need a chick to hold me down like Castro. So we can go ahead and run up the back.